about, well, how do I sell and buy, right, when in today's market. And what I want to kind of tie it in a little bit is some of the tools that you can use to help. So my recommendation was, particularly this case, they had a ton of equity in their home, was just to put your home on the market, right, sell it, see if we do a 60-day lease back, and then go and find something to buy, right, and use that 60 days to do that. Good advice, bad advice? Do you have any other tools or tricks?
I think that's great advice. I will say an interesting thing. So when we talk about, I talked about this, if not last week, the week before, the dividing line in America, which is an anomaly. For the first time, we're seeing East Coast properties, ton of activity, West Coast properties, declining markets, all of these things. Now, if you go a little bit further west to the beautiful Isles of Hawaii, you can see, when you look on Zillow, a fleet of $1 million homes for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Like inventory that we would just be chomping at the bit for. And there's a lack of, it's not that there's no one that's going to go in there and acquire any of it, but there certainly is a lot of it in comparison to, say, anywhere that has that kind of interest on the East Coast. Because, one, what it takes to get there, where the economy is headed. When we were going into COVID and there was the money machine started going burr, it was a place to go to and work remote from, and there was high-level tech jobs on the West Coast, and they hadn't started shedding so much of that. And now you're seeing a migration to the East Coast for the bulk of those types of employment. You're seeing much higher interest rates than when those homes were purchased 3 years ago, and people who probably had not had full exposure to island fever, who have now spent a couple years there and want to go home, and are finding themselves trying to figure out how to get these properties off market.